Hey guys, all right, I just wanted to put something together quick where you could um, kind of go back to whenever you need to review things on where to line up for face-offs. So to start, we're looking at the beginning of the game. So center ice face-off, obviously we are trying to score down here. So this is where we want to score. This is our defensive zone. Um, this will be where we line up at the beginning of the game. This will be where we line up after a goal, the beginning of every period, that type of thing. So obviously, left wing is on the left side because you're looking this way. You're trying to score down there. So that's the left side, right wing, and center. Left defenseman, right defenseman. Not a whole lot to note. This one should be pretty obvious for most of the kids. It's just kind of a reminder if they're not used to playing a certain position. So obviously the center ice one is nice because we have this circle to guide them, so they just line up on the circles. That's kind of their points. The only thing I want to note with the defenseman is lefty kind of line up between left wing and center. So sometimes they want to line up like way out here. Have them come in a little bit. Just remind them. And then you don't have to be all the way back on the blue line, so far away from it all. If you step up a little bit in front of the blue line, sort of in between the top of the circle and the blue line, then you're good. So think of it almost as like a little pyramid. You guys don't need to be way out here. Okay, so that's that center ice. Now we'll look down into the offensive zone. So again, we're trying to score here. Same exact positioning. There's not much to it. You're just sliding all the way down there and doing the same thing. So again, we have circles to help us line up. So you have the hash marks that the wings are on. Stay outside the circle. And then center. Lefty, righty. Only thing, again, I want to note is kind of you're in between there. You don't want to be too far out here or too far onto the boards. The other thing is step inside the blue line a little bit. So we don't want you all the way back on the blue line. We certainly don't want you behind the blue line. As we've learned with offsides, if you're behind the blue line or even too close and you get the puck might then go outside the blue line here, and then you'll get offsides. So make sure you just step up a little bit. That way you're there to help keep the puck in. And then we'll look at neutral zone, neutral ice face-off. So this would be for offsides. And in this situation, it would be like they went offsides because we're down in our defensive end a little more here. So here we don't have circles to help us line up, but just try to remember it's about the same distance. You know, they have to use their best judgment. Obviously, at this age, especially, the refs are going to be willing to help. If they think you're too close and you're creeping in right next to that center, they'll help tell you back up a little bit. And you just got to make sure we're listening to them. Lefty, righty, you guys, again, do not have any circles or really anything to kind of go off of, but just try to keep that same gap that you would on most of your other face-offs. And, you know, again, not getting too far away from the play. So we'll just fill in here a little, look at a few different ones. Same thing, you're shifting over. So we're trying to score. Now we got the right wing on the boards because we're on the right side of the ice. Left wing was on the boards over here. So you guys just shift completely over, but you're staying in the same spots in comparison to your teammates. And finally, we'll look at the defensive zone. So this is our goalie right here. So we're trying to get it out. This is where it is slightly different than the rest of our face-offs. And some of the kids have been doing this good so far, and some haven't, and it's not a big deal. If they screw it up, a couple times we've had both D back here, and that's fine. But I just wanted to highlight this, and I did go over it with the kids in the beginning. And basically, okay, so center will obviously be at the center. On this case, we're on the right side, so right wing comes over here on the hash marks outside the circle by the boards. Now this is where it's different. Here we put one defenseman back here. So the right defenseman is back kind of by the goal line. You know, hopefully the center can win a face-off, get the puck back to them. The other defenseman, instead of standing back here right next to them, we have them slide up here. The reason for this is it's always good. We teach the defenseman there's one kind of in the corner battling with the pucks and then one out in front of the net. The reason for that is they're going to have a wing right here. And we want this defenseman to kind of be in charge of watching that wing. So they're making sure they're not, you know, shooting or trying to get passes or anything. They're kind of guarding this person. So we have them slide up. That way they're facing off right next to that wing. And then our wing slips back behind them. The reason for that is, well, like I said, for the defenseman to be close to that wing. But this guy is actually going to come out here a little more. So say the other team won the faceoff or the puck ended up back in this area. This gives this guy a perfect lane to get out there. So they can just rush out to their defenseman. They can come out here and get the puck. So it opens them up more. So one D back here, one up here, and that wing slides back. So that's the only one that's a little more complicated. And here's what it looks like on the other side, just to give them an idea. So again, right D is up on the circle, the wing slides behind them. And then the other wing and center are normal, and the other defenseman's pretty normal positioning as well.